in half-year earnings per share to 105 kobo. Now, the salt maker in the Dangote group saw a 23.8% decline in revenue to 5.3 billion naira, while profit after tax increased 2% to 1.39 billion naira. Moving on, Indigenous Oil Marketing firm Forte Oil says it is well on a path to recovery after reporting a 62% growth in its half-year earnings. The company has an ambitious plan to expand to other sectors of the energy value chain, as well as expanding to other African countries. Now, earlier I spoke to Akin Femiwa, Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, on its transformation program and outlook for the Nigerian energy space. Take a look.
I'll basically tell you it's the outcome or sort of the benefits of our transformation program coming out here. We've embarked on this since 2010, or let me say 2011, and it's basically hinged on three pillars. First of all, to create long-term success, that's a long-term successful company. Two, to boost investor confidence. And thirdly, to create a robust and sustainable value for our shareholders. So, and we've done things differently from the past. We actually have a roadmap that we follow, and on the bedrock of that roadmap is solid corporate governance, compliance across all business lines, and of course, very strong business ethics. Above that, we also have enhanced safety, health, and environmental practices, and of course, world-class business processes without leaving a motivated workforce behind. And this, we believe, would continue to give us, would enable us to achieve our strategy of gaining more market share, and of course, to be the preferred energy service provider in Nigeria.
Okay, now you do have plans to go into other areas of the energy value chain, refining, power, upstream. Tell us your short-term plans for these sectors, the ones you plan to go into perhaps immediately.
Well, I would emphasize again, short-term, we focus on what we know how to do best. This is the retail business. We focus on areas where we can extract more value. And we will use the retail business to create a base for other diversification strategies that we have. As you already know, we've acquired the 51% stake for the Geregu power plant in Kogi State. And what we're going to do is that falls into our short to medium term strategy. We want to use that to carve a niche for ourselves in electricity generation. And as such, we're going to be pursuing other electricity generation opportunities within that subsector. So that falls into the short to medium term. As we go into the medium term, we're going to be looking at acquiring upstream assets, more or less from maybe the divestment opportunities that the IOCs create. And we're also going to be looking at taking stakes in marginal fields as they come up. So that falls into our medium-term strategies. On the long term, we'll be looking at refining and petrochemicals. But one thing is sure, we need to be present across every point on the energy chain. This is the industry that we are in, and we're just going to leverage on our petroleum marketing business to be present across board. That's what we're going to do.
Okay, so with all this expansion and capacity, how much of that is going to impact on your earnings, especially in the short to medium term?
Well, basically, we expect the earnings from the power to start coming in from September because we're going to take over those plants or this particular plant in August, late August, and we expect to bring all the earnings into the basket and create, like I told you initially, create a robust and sustainable returns to our shareholders. So I see the power coming first, but again, just like every other thing, we will still use petroleum marketing and upstream oil field services as a projection for now, for the better part of the year.
Okay, you have all these ambitious plans. We know there's still a number of uncertainties in this sector, but what's your outlook? Are you very optimistic?
Oh, very clearly, very optimistic. The sky is the limit. Very optimistic.
Okay, well, let's talk about your promises to shareholders or investors. You have promised them, Forte Oil has promised them a robust dividend at the end of the full year. How achievable is that?
Yes, very much achievable. It's very much achievable, and basically, even we just had our AGM today, and we've also reiterated that promise to our shareholders. As a matter of fact, we're going to be coming up with sort of a dividend payout policy in years to come. But one thing I can assure our investors is that we should expect a robust dividend at the end of the year. I'm very optimistic about it.
Okay, let's talk about your full-year projections, full year 2013. You have a projection of 3 billion. Is that also something you see yourself achieving?
In fact, that is the base. Conservatively, 3 billion.
In the last couple of weeks, we've seen Forte Oil, the stock on a daily basis, climbing in value. Is this something that is sustainable, and is this something investors can continue to put money on?
Sure. I mean, basically, I told you that our transformation program is driven by 3 pillars. First of all, to create long-term success for Forte Oil. Secondly, to boost investor confidence. And thirdly, to create a robust and sustainable value for our shareholders. So I can assure the shareholders that this performance is sustainable, and that is why, or that is evident in our half-year audited results. What we've done is, you can see our performance for 2012, and we were the first company in this sector to actually give you audited results for half year. Basically, what we are trying to tell our shareholders is that this business and this transformation, this restructuring is sustainable.